Welcome to the next episode of Discipline, Desire, Dedication. My name is Dakota Lang, along co-host Garrett Cotton. Great Saturday today. Got our second guest of the day, Mr. Josh DunMoodie. What's up, bro?
How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Good,
You just got in this morning, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Utah company conference.
Yeah.
And got a podcast taken care of.
Yeah.
Business trip.
First podcast?
Yes, sir. It
Heck
is.
yeah, man. We're super pumped to get your story. Kind of hear about, all your trials and tribulations that you've been through to, get you to where you are, or Fort Worth, market owner. When did you open up that market?
June 2nd.
June 2nd. Okay, so you've been there, what's that, just over a month? Heck yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, cool deal, bro. Well, kind of just talk a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and just kind of tell us a little backstory.
All right. Well, I'm from Panama, the country. I tell people that. They always think it's Florida. But
Right.
No, where I'm actually Panamanian, and my parents are full Panamanian, born and raised there, and they're nurses in the military. And then, they both had previous marriages with 2 boys each. Then they met and had me. So I'm the youngest of 5 boys, so.
Probably a lot of fighting growing up, I'm sure.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
What's the age gaps on the brothers? Are they pretty close, all you?
So I have one brother that passed away in 2010, and he's 2 years older than me. And then I have another brother that's 2 years older than him. Okay. And then another one that's 2 years older than him.
Consistent.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So, I'm 40. My oldest is 53.
Heck yeah.
So kind of tell us a little bit about the transition. So when did you come to America?
I was 1.
Oh,
so I don't really remember it.
I was about to even say our company conference. I mean, not company conference. Our trip when I first came into the company, the first one was to Panama.
Oh, that's right.
And we went to Bocas del Toro, I think was the name of the place, but it was like island and it was like Red Frog Resort or something like that. It was beautiful out there. Yeah. Real secluded. I like Panama in comparisons to like Mexico and stuff like that because it feels like isolation a little bit of like privacy.
Sure.
Versus you go to Mexico and it's all resorts and like there's people everywhere and all that kind of stuff. So I did like the secludedness of Panama. Have you been back since?
I haven't been.
No?
I haven't been back.
You gotta go visit.
I know. I will.
What about your parents? Are they still there? Or?
No. They both live in Fort Worth, but I do have family there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you came over here, went to high school, all that kind of stuff. Are you always from Texas then? Other than that, always Dallas area?
Yes, sir. Fort Worth.
Awesome. Did you ever try to entertain the idea of going and open up a market somewhere else, or you knew you wanted
No, not at all.
Really?
No, I would have, but
you think that's because you have a really good relationship with your family and stuff like that?
Right, everyone's here, and I've only left Texas once. I went to Nevada for like 9 months. I worked there for about 9 months at Tesla, actually.
Really?
Yeah, the Gigafactory. One of my brothers is an electrician, and so I was doing electrical work with him there. I lived there for about 9 months. Came back in 2019. So.
Okay, and then so with the company now, did you ever do any door-to-door stuff before Performance Windows?
I did roofing.
On door-to-door
a little
stuff?
bit, yeah.
Okay.
A couple different companies. My buddy just told me how much money he was making and took me in one day, and I sold a roof my first day to my mom, actually. She was about to get a roof done with one of our competitors. I didn't even know about it, but and then I had her change her mind.
So growing up, was like sales something that you always wanted to be a part of, or were you like, what was kind of your vision on what you wanted to do when you were growing up?
When I was a kid in like 2nd grade, I used to have my mom go to like Sam's and get bulks of candy. I would take it to school and sell it, all of it.
I used to do the same exact
thing. Come home with like $20-$30 of change.
Yeah.
This is in 1992. I'm 40, so 1992. Your kid coming home, 8 years old with like $30 is a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot. It's not like now.
Did your mom know about it? Was it a business partnership?
She did. Whenever I came home clinking and clanking all the time.
The reason I asked that is because for my mom, she would. For me, it was me and one other brother, and he's a offensive left tackle, big boy. He eats. So we go to Costco for the grocery shopping, and we get the big Texas cinnamon rolls and honey buns and all the good snacks. Well, for me, I never told my mom, but I would fill my gym bag up with all the pantry food, and I would go and sell it.
Yeah.
And then I would come home, and I kept all the money. I didn't tell her. But she'd be like, y'all need to stop eating so much food. Y'all eating all these cinnamon rolls and all this kind of stuff. And come to find out, we weren't eating them. I was selling them.
You blaming on Gregory.
Yeah, I'm like, he's eating all of them.
But Gregory, he always eating.
My business partnership wasn't as good as a partnership. It was more mama buy it, and I'm like, we're hungry, mom.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's the hustle in this stuff. You're hustling from day one, trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Paid off.
Anything I could.
So going through, kind of talk about how you transition into performance. So did you come through Indeed?
I did, yeah. I actually worked at Energy One for like 2 months before.
I'm not familiar with that. What is
Energy
it?
One.
Energy One. No, it's Windows.
Yeah, Windows.
Yeah, I mean it's a similar, but there's just no it's not structured at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
kind of talk about that because I know we have Energy One in Austin.
Yeah,
or they used to be way bigger in Austin. I don't hear too much of them anymore.
So the one I came from in Irving, they're against same days. Like you don't set same days at all. It's not a thing. It's next days only. And I think there's like 8 or 9 companies in the in the U.S. And my first couple of weeks, I had more sets than anybody in the entire company. I had like 38 sets in like 3 days.
Okay.
But nothing ran or closed because it's not like ours. The closer's not there. I can go knock wherever I want, whenever I want. It's not, what I'm saying? It's not structured,
Right.
So if I'm knocking an hour away from where the one closer lives, then he goes not even the same day, the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
that,
crazy.
Yeah, that don't work too good.
Yeah. So
you worked there for 2 months, you said?
Yeah.
Cool. So what kind of started the transition? Were you like looking for another window company to work for? Did you like the product of Windows?
So I never even saw the windows.
Yeah.
I got one sale. I didn't go or anything. He closed it, made like $300 or something.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
fuck that. Huh?
yeah. So I was like, all right. I started on Halloween. I left like the first week of December, and then my brother actually works for Power.
Okay.
So I didn't ask him like to get me a job or nothing, but on Indeed I went through Power and they rejected me twice.
Really?
Twice.
No shit.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, yeah. I was like, whatever. And then I actually went to Performance Windows, and I don't know if you know like the Euless office. It's a little bit hard to find.
Which office?
Which office?
The Euless office, Nance's office.
Oh, Nance's office.
That's where I started. So
Yeah.
they call it Dallas. It's not Dallas. It's Euless. It's not even part of Dallas. It's Fort Worth. I don't know why it's called Dallas. But so I pulled in, and I couldn't find it because it's like a log cabin suite. There's no signs or anything. But I don't know if you guys know Malik. Malik was standing outside holding an arrow, dancing like those tax people that stand on the corner. He was
doing that with Performance
Windows? And he's never done that before, ever.
Yeah.
So he was like, and I was like, man, this is a scam. I was pulling off. I was so mad because I was like, I really drove out here for nothing. I knew this was a scam, right? And Malik was like, hey, wait. Chased me down, like, you looking for Performance Windows? I was like, yeah. He's like, right up there. So if it wasn't for him, I would have never even been here.
Yeah,
crazy.
And he's never even done that since then. That was like the only time he did that.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Is Malik, is that the office guy?
The project manager, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. He out there handling an arrow. That is wild, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be.
An arrow, go shake it out there. Shit, yeah, that's
a lot of times it just works out that way. Because I even think about, like, for myself being in the company, Carson Bound was who recruited me, and he found the job through Indeed as well.
Okay.
When he did the job, he applied for a car dealership and Power Performance Windows. Well, the Indeed listing looked really, really nice on Performance Windows. So he showed up to the office, tried to open the door. Nobody's there. So he's calling, gets a hold of the market owner at the time. The market owner's in field. Forgot about the interview. Yeah, didn't even realize that there was an interview that day.
Oh, yeah.
So then he's like, "Oh, dang, man. Well, I'm sorry.
No show, huh?
Just meet me tomorrow at the meeting. We'll do that." So the interviewer did not show up to the interview, right? So Carson's mindset is like, "This is a scam." Like they don't have anything put together. Like this. Look at this. Well, he went home, and Mikhail, his wife, made him go back the next day. And, she was like, well, you got to go see it, see if it's true, like all this kind of stuff. Well, he went the next day, like doubting it all. And that's whenever he came in, he met Jared Tupou, and he fell in love with the program. Yeah. But it's crazy because it was coincidence, like it happened that way for a reason. And that's how we're here. That's why Dakota's here. Yeah. And that's how you're here. It's just coincidentally that one day.
Yeah. I mean, if it's for you, can't nobody take it away,
Yeah,
that's right.
Absolutely. So, so you go through the interview process with Nance.
Whenever I went in, when I finally found it, there was like 20 people in the interview.
Mm-hmm. Right? Oh, it was a group interview.
Yeah, it was a group interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't do it on
the webinar.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was like 20 people in there, and I'm the only one that came back.
Yeah,
out of 20.
Yeah,
that's a lot of time. I used to run the group interviews, and a lot of times I used to start it off and say, all right, guys, this is a 100% commission-based door-to-door sales company. And I would say, I literally would give them the option, like, if that scares you, now's your time to leave.
That's exactly what he said.
I've had the whole room stand up and walk out, and I'm like, what, no interview today?
That's exactly what he said. He was like, does anybody know that, right? And everyone was like, I mean, some stayed, but no.
So you go through that, get hired on, kind of talk about your process, because you're, especially coming from another window company, right? Yeah. You probably had different narratives and stuff that you were trained at that company rather than coming to Performance. Talk about that transition. Was it a challenging transition, or was it pretty easy?
So honestly, and I told Kyle this too, because I'm like, the script is very similar. There's just a few things that were off, right? So once I got rid of the bad and got ours. I started January 4th. That was my first day, and I tell people all the time, I'm like, man,
January 4th, 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's so many people that they just think it's gonna be so easy, and after like 3 days, 4 days, they're not getting paid, they want to quit. I'm like, look, man, I have not met one person yet that went longer without getting paid than I did. So
how long was that?
So I started on the 4th. I didn't get paid till the 23rd. 19 days.
Oh, you beat me.
And
1 day by me.
But the thing is, I don't know how many appointments you were setting. I was setting more appointments than anybody in the company too. I was getting like 6-7 sets a day.
Oh, that's 19 days of being here.
Yeah.
Okay. I think mine, we're probably right around, because I had 18 appointments run.
Oh, yeah.
Before my first close. And it was 3 weeks. Yeah. So we're probably right there.
Yeah.
But look at us,
Yeah.
I always say that fast success builds your ego, and slow success builds your character, because we're willing to keep pushing through failure.
Yeah, I know. It was about 20-something. 20-something run appointments.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But again, it's not, I also wasn't setting like 2 or 3. I was setting a lot. So I was just like, oh. But I wasn't going to quit.
Right. Yeah. Was it like whenever you came in for the interview or started working in the office, was it something that you caught track of the vision immediately, or was it something that was built over time?
I just knew that there was a reason why I stayed at Energy One for so long without only making $250.
Right.
Because I was like, something's got to give. Like, because there, like I said, I set more appointments than anybody else in that company in the world.
Right.
So I was like, I know I'm good at setting.
Right.
And my main focus was like, I just can't wait till I want to set for myself and close my own stuff. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to do the 8-month or the 8 sales 2 months in a row, but
so you came in as a knocker, looking forward to being a closer.
Oh yeah.
So it was never, and I think that's something we were talking about earlier, is that the people that do good in the company, they come in, like, what do you tell your people in your interviews?
Oh, I don't hire knockers. I'm hiring people to come in and qualify and be leaders in the company.
Right.
Yeah, so we hire leaders, but when you come in with that mentality of like, I understand that I'm just mopping the floors today, but it's so that I can own this building.
Yeah, right.
We see that early on, rather than people come in and they expect the entry level position to be their end game. That's not how this works. You know.
Yeah, no. I told Nance that during the interview. I was like, oh, I'll be closing my own stuff soon. He just looked at me like, you know how he is.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean,
Made it happen.
yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about your experience. So you went through all this time of not seeing sales. How long did it take you to get qualified?
So my first month, January, I only had 2 sales, made 1,090 or something like that. Went to the Utah meeting. When I got back, I made my screensaver. I changed my screensaver. I said, I'm going to outwork everyone, not just in the Dallas office, but everyone, you know? And if I do that, I'll get 2 to 3 sales a week, 6 to 8,000 a month. So it was like February 5th or something. And from that day, because I was on Sales Rabbit every minute of the day, and I out-knocked everybody in the entire company, I think 34 days in a row. Yep. I don't know if y'all know that, but 34 days in a row, I had the most doors knocked. I knocked 389 doors one day. Yep. You know?
That's a lot of knocking.
And then I was also getting more sets. It was always me and Brandon Robinson, B-Rob, with sets. And I was like, and anytime, and then when I broke that streak of 34 days in a row, I was like, damn it. I still remember who it was, too, that knocked me. But I started getting 2 to 3 a week, 6 to 8 grand a month. And then I upped it. I said, I'm going to keep outworking everyone, get 4 to 5 a week, and, 15 to 20K. So my second month, I made, I think, 13, and I got 9 sales. And then March, I had 17 sales.
Okay.
So
your third month, you fully qualified.
Yeah.
Okay, so your second month, and then you had 17 on your third month.
Yeah, 9 my second month and 17 my third, which is funny because my birthday is 9/17.
That's crazy.
Oh, that is crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Heck yeah. And then talk about, so you go into the closer role. Obviously, closing is way more responsibility than knocking, right? Talk about your transition with that. I know you already had the vision whenever you started with the company. Yeah. Like you said, you told Nance that I can't wait to start closing my own deals. Yeah. And you look up 3 months later, and everything that you said is right in front of your face. Talk about that transition.
Well, I mean, I didn't. It was actually a little bit more because I qualified at the end of March, but I didn't become a closer till my first sales set was May 24th. I didn't have my recruits.
Oh yeah.
So, but I mean, I really just stuck around trying to get my recruits, but I really wanted to beat Eric's record of 222 a month. Like I was like, I'm not gonna start closing until I beat your record. But I didn't. But my first month, June, I made like $8 grand, and I was like, this sucks, bro. I made way more than this as a closer. That transitioning, that learning curve, I was like, I'm going back to closer. He was like, dude, you're crazy. Just stick it out. And I was like, nah, man. And then I think I made like, I don't know, 30 or 40 in July, or whatever it was. But yeah, once I kind of got it, I just got it, a little bit.
Heck yeah.
I still don't think I've, got it all the way.
Yeah.
Like I could. But.
And then you go through that, and then obviously you saw the Dallas market change over time as you were there. I mean, you were closing for how many months? Just over a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, just over a year because you opened up June 2nd,
you
said? Yeah, so just
year,
over a year closed
and
and definitely learned a lot. What would you say was your biggest challenge as a closer?
Probably just not getting robotic, and because doing appointments so much, it becomes like mundane, right? Or you're just saying the same thing and you forget that you're not talking to the same person. Right? These are different people. But you're just saying it like
closed them yesterday and you get a text and you're like, what? Whose appointment was this? You gotta go back and look through.
Right. So like you're just you're saying the same things over and over, and I mean I say the same exact thing every time. Right? Yep. So it's like
consistency.
Dang. Yeah. Right. So but just taking my time and slowing down.
Whenever you became whenever you became a closer, right? Whenever you got the closer script, did you already have the vision of I'm going to be a market owner, or was it kind of just like I'm just going to close and we'll see what happens?
I really didn't like chase it. I didn't think it'd be that quick.
Right.
I wanted to close for as long as I could. I mean, I learned the closer script in like half a day.
Yeah.
So I just took off with it. And, yeah, I mean, I wasn't chasing it, but like I always told Eric, I was like, I don't care about being a market owner. He's like, what? I was like, I'm not saying I don't want to be. I'm just saying I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't really
definitely
care.
not turning it down.
Yeah, I'm not turning it down, but yeah, that's pretty
See,
much.
I feel like, like even as me, like that was being a market owner. Even whenever I came in as a knocker, I was like, well, I'm getting that chair. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool hearing different perspectives, like you're talking about. You know, when you became a closer, like, yeah, obviously it wasn't like I didn't want to be a market owner, but at the same time, you were where your feet were planted to where you were just focused on, hey, I got a job to do at closing, let me just do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of closers that have upscale potential to be great market owners, right? Sometimes they lose track of where their feet are planted, and it'll hold them back, which is a pro and a con, right?
Sure.
Even in my position right now, right? I'm constantly can't wait to get to regional. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get there. Yeah. But at the same time, I have to pump my own brakes and be like, okay, let me master this. Let me finish mastering this right here, and that's going to come, right? If I put in the work now, it's just going to look up and it's going to be in front of my face. Yeah. You know, so I do like your perspective on that as far as like, you know, even when you were a closer, it was like, I'm not turning it down, but right now I'm just going to focus on being the best closer that I can be. Right. Whenever you became into a market owner, you know, you opened up the branch and everything like that, got you a smaller team down there in Fort Worth. Do you feel like it's kind of like the same role as just being a closer as a new market, or do you feel like it's kind of maybe challenging you in different ways?
I mean, I've always considered myself a leader, you know. I don't mind being in the background though, you know. So it's not really hard, you know. But I like to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So like it's very hard to not be out there knocking when I'm supposed to be on interviews and stuff. You know what I mean?
It's like, a hard challenge because you go from you are the driving factor of revenue to now you need to master how to delegate others to be the driving factor. Right. And I see that in new markets at regional now. As I go into a market where the market owner is trying to be the first ups closer all the time. Oh, yeah. And that's awesome because you're the best closer in the company and in your office by far. Yeah. But at the same time, like if at the day that you can have a closer put up at least 80% of your revenue, then it's time for you to start pulling back on the reins and let that person become a leader. Okay. Because it happens all the time of we're trying to make sure that the office runs smoothly. We want to make sure everything's done right, you know? So it's kind of like, I know that if I go knock the doors, I'm going to convert these to sets. I know that if I go run these appointments, I'm going to close these deals. Yeah. But it's hard to put that trust into a number two in your office. But that's where your office grows. Because when you give that person the opportunity to lead, and when they fail, you got to be the one that pulls them back up. When they fall again, you pull them back up. But it's hard because you're losing revenue. Sure. People might quit the job because they're not getting sales, you know. But that's the sacrifice for the reward. Is giving them that opportunity to lead.
And it's hard, and it's challenging, right? Because you're like, you know, especially as a leader, you're like, I'm gonna do it myself. Like I know I'll go out there and get it done. You know what I mean? But when you're sitting out there and you're just like just growing pains. You know what I mean? Whenever you're going through that, it's really hard. But if you just take a step back, it's gonna make your longevity way better. You know what I mean? To where, because as a market owner, even whenever I went to open up Austin or take over Austin, right? Whenever we went down there and it was just me and Zach closing, right? Eventually I had Big Red get closer, and I had to start, you know, a new closer. He's not closing near the deals I am. It's easy for me to push him in the back of the order, but at the same time I was like, nope, we got to get him more appointments, got to get him more reps. The only way he's going to get better is he runs more appointments. You know what I mean? Right. Sure. And in my eyes, I got my knockers over here aggravated because they're not getting paid. Yeah. But at the same time, like I can't quit on my closer because I got to let him know, hey, I believe in you. We just got to keep it going. And I did that. I mean, he got a golden door in his first year. That's right. But if I would have pulled him from that position, he would have never had the opportunity to achieve that. Yeah, and he knew that you believed in him. Versus if you would have pulled the knocker slack of like, hey, Clay, like the knocker, they don't want you to run their appointments. And you just shrunk his ego. Now it's going to be even longer for him to get there. You know, but because you're like, hey, prove yourself. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on a closer, especially a brand new closer that's learning. But by seeing no-goes, the knockers start to boil the water. You know, the knockers they're the heat. You know, the closer, the market owner's like, hey, you better get it going. You better close these deals. You got a lot of people to answer to. But that pressure makes that person become a leader.
So, but that's what you're about to start experiencing. You know, as you get new closers in the room, it's hard to pass over the torch to them and let them. I always say, like, even as a knocker, you got to come in with that mindset of, I want to run this office. Like, that's how we produce market owners. Because if you're not working towards a goal, like a goal of being the next position, then you just live in a dream. You know, there's no roadmap to another day as closer. You know, like there is a roadmap to lead to a market owner. It's closing deals, recruiting people, and training them.
Yep.
So, but you're about to experience a lot of growth here in the next couple of months as the office is picking up and booming.
Yep.
New faces in there, new challenges, but everything you're going to overcome in that role, it's just preparing you for the next role of a regional. So, one more promotion, it'll make a lot more sense.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, keep grinding.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, bro. Well, you got any last words you want to say?
Nothing much.
Heck, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on, dude, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
awesome having you.
Love what you do. You know what I mean? I know you inspire a lot of people, you know, just seeing what you've accomplished in the short time that you've been here at Performance Windows. So definitely keep grinding. And if you ever need anything from me or Cotton, you know we're always here for you.
Awesome, man. Thank you, guys.
But, hey, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, drop a comment below. And then, Josh, what is your they can follow you on Instagram. Was it Panama's?
Panama's Finest Dynasty.
Panama's Finest Dynasty. Yeah, so y'all go follow him on Instagram, kind of follow up with his story, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Thanks.